You know, I had a really public breakup recently. It was a wake-up call for me in the sense of like, okay, you're going to do this on your own and you're going to be fine.
Right.
And you're not going to worry about what anyone thinks and has to say, because the relationship was rocky for a very long time. So, because I don't believe another person can break anyone.
Child, listen. This drama between Taraji and Nia Long just went from shady to straight up chaos. These two been throwing subtle shots for years, ever since they worked together on Empire. And word on the street is, Nia's been dropping slick comments about Taraji ever since.
It all started over a joke.
Nia reportedly showed up to set late, and one of the male actors said to her,
"Why are you always on black people's time?" Which, you know, amongst the black peoples, is not that big of a deal.
And Nia went off on the dude, which made Taraji jump in and say to her,
"Why are you so mad? Are you on your period?"
But now, Taraji might have just given Nia something real to cry about, because the internet's buzzing that Taraji's been getting cozy with none other than Ime Udoka. Yeah, the same man who had Nia Long trending for all the wrong reasons.
We open doors for brown girls to be exactly who we are, and that's beautifully complicated. And so it's been a blessing and a curse, because here's what I do know. Nia Long knows her light. Nia Long knows her makeup. Nia Long knows her hair. And you probably can't talk me into something else unless you show me. If you want to call that difficult, then sorry.
And knowing how Nia reacts, let's just say she's not taking this one lightly. But how did Taraji and Ime even end up together? And more importantly, is Taraji really the bad guy here? I don't know. But let's break it all down in case you haven't been keeping up. Nia Long and Taraji have been cool but distant ever since Nia joined Empire back in season 3, playing Juliana, Lucius's ex. At first, fans were hyped. Two powerhouse black actresses sharing the same screen, people tuned in heavy just to see their chemistry. Most even thought Nia was going to become a full-time cast member alongside Taraji and Terrence Howard. But that's when things started to shift. Viewers quickly picked up that something wasn't right between the two.
Nia Long, if she was with them for 13 years, right, and they still hadn't gotten married, but they were engaged, there was probably some underlying issues there. Maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, and when you are a celebrity like that, being publicly humiliated, I think the stakes are a little bit higher. Just like she can't embarrass him publicly, he can't embarrass her. And when one of them breaks that promise, it is devastating.
And you know the internet, once they sense tension, it's game over. Fans started digging, connecting dots, and before long, they found exactly what they were looking for. Not long after Nia joined Empire, rumors started swirling behind the scenes, and they weren't pretty. Word got out that Nia was being standoffish, demanding, and downright hard to work with. From her hair and makeup to wardrobe and scheduling, insiders claimed she had to have everything done her way, or it was a problem. Now, at first, folks brushed it off as typical Hollywood behavior. You know, every star wants their shine. But as more people started talking, it became clear this wasn't just about diva energy. It was about competition. Because when another strong black actress walks on set, especially someone like Taraji, who owned that show, the energy can shift quick. Around that same time, news hit that Nia wouldn't be returning for season 4. But here's the part that got everyone talking. Sources claim that during her short run, Nia was quietly positioning herself to take Taraji's spot. She wanted more screen time, more storylines, and even pushed new ideas to expand her character. Basically, she was aiming to go toe-to-toe with Taraji's Cookie Lion, the fan favorite, the heartbeat of Empire. But the producers weren't about to let that happen. They saw the tension building, the egos clashing, and decided to shut it down before it blew up on set. And when Taraji caught wind of the little power play Nia Long was allegedly trying to pull, baby, she did not take that lying down. Word is, there was already tension brewing between the two long before that. They'd clashed over how Nia treated the crew, and things got so bad that production had to step in. At one point, it got so tense that the showrunners made sure their scenes were filmed separately. Yeah, same show, same storyline, but two leading ladies who couldn't even share the same room. So when Taraji heard that Nia was trying to slide into her spot, sources say she was shocked at first, then straight up annoyed. Like, imagine dominating a show, building an empire, literally. And then hearing your guest star's been plotting on your throne. Taraji wasn't having that. But here's where things get even messier. Ever since Nia left Empire, the two have never been seen together publicly. Not one photo, not one event, nothing. It's like they made a silent pact to stay out of each other's orbit, until now. Because if the rumors are true, Taraji might have just crossed the ultimate line by allegedly getting involved with Ime Udoka. So let's talk about who we're dealing with here. Nia Long's baby daddy, Ime Udoka. Nia and Aimee first got together back in 2010, and they share one son. They'd been engaged since 2015, and for years, they looked like one of Hollywood's most solid couples. But that picture-perfect love story came crashing down in 2022. That's when Aimee was outed for having affairs with 2 women on the Celtics staff, both married, while he was still the head coach. It was messy, public, and humiliating. Nia was absolutely crushed. Not just because he cheated, but because the whole world was watching her heartbreak unfold like a scandal on ESPN and TMZ combined. But here's the part that most people don't know. Insiders say Nia was actually willing to forgive him. She wanted to handle everything quietly, protect her family, and move forward. But before she could even take a breath, rumors started flying that Aimee had already moved on. And not just with anyone, but with Taraji P. Henson, the same Taraji she'd already been beefing with since Empire. So now, what was once a professional rivalry has turned into something way more personal for Nia. And you can just imagine how Nia felt when those whispers started turning into headlines. After everything she went through, the public humiliation, the press tearing her apart, the memes, the late-night jokes, now she's hearing that Taraji might be the one cozying up with the man who shattered her family? Baby, that's a different kind of pain. See, for Nia, this wasn't just another breakup. This was a public betrayal, the kind that makes you question everything. Your choices, your loyalty, your circle. And when Taraji's name got dragged into the mix, that's when the internet caught fire. Fans instantly started connecting the dots. The old Empire tension, the silent beef, the industry shade, it all started making sense. Social media went wild. Some folks were defending Taraji, saying, she's single, she can date whoever she wants. But others, they called it lowdown. And to make it worse, people started digging again. The timelines, the events, the interviews. They noticed Taraji had been spending more time in Houston, where Aime's been coaching since leaving the Celtics. Photos started surfacing too, not necessarily incriminating, but questionable enough to keep the gossip mill running. Meanwhile, Nia's been staying quiet, just posting cryptic quotes, talking about healing, energy, and protecting her peace. But insiders claim behind the scenes, she feels deeply betrayed. Because in her eyes, this wasn't just a man moving on, it was a woman she already had tension with stepping into her old life. So now we're at that part of the story where everything depends on who you ask. Because from Nia's point of view, Taraji crossed a line, plain and simple. After everything she went through, after years in the same Hollywood circles, she feels like Taraji knew exactly what she was doing. To Nia, it wasn't just some random fling, it was personal. It felt like Taraji was trying to slide right into the space she'd just been forced out of, almost like she was trying to rewrite the life Nia had built with Aimee. But from Taraji's side, the story sounds a lot different. People close to her say she doesn't see herself as the villain here at all. In her mind, she didn't betray anybody. Because technically, Nia and Aimee were over. There was no ring, no marriage, no commitment holding them together anymore. And Taraji's not the type to tiptoe around someone else's ex just to make the internet comfortable. To her, that's not disloyal. That's just life moving on. One insider even said, Taraji's a grown woman. She's not out here stealing anybody's man. She's dating who she wants, period. Still, you can't deny the optics, the timing, the history, the lingering tension. It all makes the situation look way messier than maybe it really is. Taraji might feel she's done nothing wrong, but in Hollywood, perception is everything. And when the public already sees you as the woman who stepped into another woman's heartbreak, that label sticks, whether it's fair or not. So now, both women are standing firm. Nia feeling disrespected, Taraji standing her ground. At the end of the day, it might just come down to karma. If Nia Long didn't think twice about trying to push Taraji to the side back in those Empire days, just to secure that main character shine, then maybe Taraji feels like she's not doing anything wrong now. From her point of view, she's just living her life, doing what makes her happy, and if that happens to ruffle Nia's feathers, well, that's not her problem. But from Nia's perspective, it's deeper than that. It feels like history repeating itself, only this time, the stakes are personal. So what do you think? Did Taraji really cross the line, or is Nia just being petty and holding on to an old grudge? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's talk about it. And if you thought this story was wild, wait till you see what's coming next. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with somebody who loves a little Hollywood drama.